All right, guys. So we are live here today, and we're with Todd Bruess. Todd is very kind enough to take time out of his day to, share his experience working with us here in Good Vibe Squad. So good afternoon, Todd. So I'll just get you started. Let you introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
I'm Todd Bruess. I'm with The Money Store. Have been working with Good Vibe Squad for several months now.
All right, cool. Yeah, so Todd, so first of all, I want to kind of take a step back. So what made you really wanted to work with us initially?
I think it was, truthfully, it was, I kind of ran across you in a different group, and you helped me out through some of the challenges that I had. And after that, I was like, why am I killing myself doing this on my own when this guy can help me out, So I was like, I need McBilly to help me do this. And then I met Preston at a dinner here locally, and we got to talking, and it just worked out. And it was amazing to me that you guys were partners. So it was really a cool situation for me.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, and I'm glad that you were at that dinner, man. So
yeah, I am too.
Yeah. So now we've been working together. So for a couple of months. So for the last 2 months, right? For the last 2 months, so far, after working with us, what have you seen?
We can get anywhere from 5 to 10 applications per week. We have closed 7 to 8 loans for about $2.5 million just off the system in just a couple months. And we probably have 20 pre-approvals still sitting in our pipeline waiting for people to find homes.
Sweet, man. Yeah. At the end of the day, our goal here is to make sure that, we equip you guys to get the best situation in terms of like leveraging your system, right? So just kind of take a step back. And I know you've obviously worked with a lot of other companies, and you've taken a lot of programs out there. What would you say, Todd, is the biggest difference that you've experienced, working with us versus like other companies?
I mean, I think truthfully, it's easy. It's that Good Vibe Squad actually cares. It's not a system where it's like, hey, give us your money and we're gone. I think that's probably the biggest difference. I mean, it's a weekly call. I mean, every week, sometimes I go, they want another call this week, but it's fantastic, right? Because it's every week having a call, going over what's working, what's not working. And I feel like we're partners, really. I don't feel like it's like I gave you some money and now, good luck to me. I feel like you care about us succeeding as much as we care about succeeding. And I think that's different.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. Yeah. That has been kind of a recurring thing. When I talk with clients, it's being able to go on the weekly coaching calls. We've actually put a lot of emphasis on that because we've seen, for us, like we want you to succeed. And, honestly, it's an evolution, right? We want to make sure that, if it's working now, how do we actually improve upon it, right? Like how do you actually even make it better? There has been like a lot of, especially for you, Todd, you're probably a little bit more aware on because you have a marketing background as well. You learn more about on the marketing side. But for most people that kind of like look at this, they've probably been burned before, right? There's a lot of, inconsistencies out there. What would you say is kind of like, how did you kind of like go around into kind of like giving us a chance in the beginning?
Well, I mean, again, I had been kind of working, I kind of knew the idea. I just knew how I was doing it. I just wasn't very good at it. So I needed some experts to do it. And so I thought Good Vibe Squad, having met you before and then meeting Preston, I'm like, there's no other guys that I would want to work with that have done this. And I think, I don't think you need to be afraid of technology. I don't think you need to be afraid of, is this going to be some scary thing that I'm not going to be able to keep up with? The system works, how it's put together works. And it's what I like about it too, is it's compliant and which the companies obviously love. And it's just, there's just nothing to be afraid of. Mm-hmm. It just works. It does. And I think that's the part that I think is most refreshing, I guess, because you get results.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's all about results, right? So now that you've actually been using the system, working with us for several months, can you give a little bit more specific examples, so Todd, on like, what do you actually like about, what we're doing? Like, what do you like about our system?
Well, first of all, I think that if you know anything about the Facebook leads and the pixels and those kinds of things, which again, I don't want to get into too techie here, but it's, you have to have the data. You have to have the data. You can go and I think before I started doing this, I thought I was a Facebook guru because I boosted a post, right? Like, and then you realize like that isn't the case. You have to know there's so much more to it, and you have the data and the data points that just make it work. Like if you don't have that on your own, it's really hard. Like you can put the ads out there, but you're not going to get the same results. And so just the amount of interaction that we get from the clients, that's the part that's been most surprising to me is, these people are clicking on an ad and using the system, and it's amazing how the system works.
Nice. Yeah. So, and you bring a very good point there, Todd, because not only do we focus on like the front end, right? I mean, the ads that we, like the strategies behind it, like the whole marketing, it's not just putting out, like copy pasting, like a specific message out there. You need to have the right data, but also you want to put the systems in place to be able to actually convert those leads in, right? So, so that's awesome. So, 7-8 loans. So I guess like just to close this off, Todd, for other people that might be watching this, they, maybe they're on the fence, they want to work with us, they don't know who we are. What would you tell them, Todd?
I would just tell them, just call, text, email. I mean, they'll get in touch with you. Just Facebook message them. I mean, whatever it takes. I mean, it's just cool to me that you guys care so much. And I see you all over Facebook. And so I know you're not going anywhere. And I feel comfortable with the whole situation, probably more so than I would with almost any other company. And so the results are there. The follow-up is there. And just, the partnership is there. And I just think, don't waste your time with anything else. Just get involved. It works.
Awesome, Todd. Thank you so much for your time, man. Appreciate you.
You bet.